welcome to Lesson Design. This video is about routines and rituals in the classroom, and this phase is important to set at the beginning of the school year. I remind you that there are 8 phases in this project. Let's dive into phase 1. Before we start, we need to talk about 2 words that are really important: individualization and differentiation. Individualization focuses on the student. The student works alone and the teacher focuses on the individual needs. Differentiation focuses on the task or the activity. The student works at different levels and the teacher focuses on the whole class. So, individualization and differentiation. Here comes some examples how you can work with differentiation in the classroom. Number 1 is everyone is involved in the same activity but has different expectations. Number 2, students receive different types of tasks based on pace. Number 3, all students are made aware that the pace of learning can be different from person to person and between activity and knowledge area as well as over time. Number 4, all students use the same words, but they have to write different difficult texts. And the next one, all students are in the same activity, but the activities have several of the same support structure so that everyone can participate. And the next one, tasks with different degrees of difficulty. The next one, the students receive feedback on the quality of their presentations based on their level. And the next one, students can be given the opportunity to understand through pictures, text, stories, and slideshows in whole groups or in smaller groups. And this is only a few examples. This was a brief introduction of what differentiated classroom means. Now we will talk more about phase 1, which is about routines and rituals. How to start a lesson. Ask yourself the question: how do students see me when I enter a classroom? How can all students be involved from the start? Rituals are a way of creating recognition. Rituals help students land in the classroom and provide a sense of context. A ritual is a hanger for the brain to hang the lesson on. Routines create familiarity, and students know that they may always start the lesson with crosswords or thinking about the question of the week when they enter a classroom. There is a difference between a ritual and a routine. Look here, a ritual is an activity that makes the students with their thinking and prepares the brain for activity. A routine is a seating plan, how do you write on a whiteboard, classroom tools, etc. Start with your routines and rituals at the beginning of the term. Here are some examples of rituals that can start a lesson. First, YouTube clip of the day or YouTube clip of the week. The students are given the task of choosing a clip that they want to show. They must tell why they choose the clip and how it is connected to the unit plan. This can increase class attendance because students don't want to miss each other's YouTube clips. Number 2 is word of the day. As a language teacher that I am, I have used words as a ritual to start a lesson. The word of the day is written on the whiteboard and the students have to come up with synonyms of the word. Later on, the students must write 1 or 2 sentences in pairs for as many of the word on the whiteboard they can. And those who want to present for the whole class can do that, also differentiated. Routines are as important as rituals. It is also important to highlight the teacher's leadership in order to create a calm environment. Are you ready for some easy examples of routines in a classroom? Number 1 is today's agenda. Write down what is to be done during the lesson. What will the lesson look like? Write everything down. Let the students get a sense of time about how long a task should take. Show the students that you yourself have a plan for the lesson. Cross each step on the board that is completed. You can also make this part a little more exciting by picking a student who comes to the whiteboard and crosses out all the steps that you have completed. The order of the whiteboard is very, very important. Divide the board into columns before the students enter the classroom. Structuring the board can help you minimize distractions and difficulties. The whiteboard is a tool to differentiate how the information is received. The next one is a seating plan. Seating plan is also a simple way to have a routine in the classroom. This one is my favorite, smelling salt. A smelling salt is used to wake up every tired student. As a ritual, the smelling salt can trigger brain activity. Put some quotes on printed paper or mathematical questions or pictures of historical figures on the students' chairs before the students enter the classroom. The purpose of smelling salt is that the students should start thinking, activate the brain, and start to discuss so that the students can land in this particular lesson or in this topic. Quotations can be taken from a book the students are reading now. The pictures can show things that you are working on, or that it can be funny pictures so that the students can start laughing a little in the beginning of the lesson. This is how the instructions can look like on the board. Differentiate by giving ready-made questions on the board. For example, my smelling salt has a picture of green grass. What else is in the picture? Also differentiate by making sure that all students who need to be challenged get more difficult smelling salt, and students who need more concrete smelling salt get it. Quiet reading. This routine is a bit forgotten today, but it is very effective. I would like to promote this routine and advertise it more. Everyone enters a classroom in complete silence and begins to read by themselves. Differentiate by having students either read a text or listen on their classroom headphones. Cartoons or novels have the same value when it comes to promoting reading pleasure and focus. After students have read their 10 minutes, you can start the day by reviewing the lesson or day. Summary. All students should get an opportunity to understand that the lessons start through routines and rituals. The start of the lesson needs to be differentiated because it can be hard for the student to come into the classroom and stay focused on the activity. The activities are differentiated so that everyone can participate from the start. Rituals and routines are a way of differentiating teaching to meet the fact that all students have different ways of recognizing themselves and to find structure in a calm environment. It is possible to do the activities together by starting from different interests, different pace, and by taking advantage of the fact that the students are at different levels. The whiteboard is used to differentiate how the students take in the information. Going through what happened last lesson is a way to create an explicit context in learning from one lesson to another.